What's good, everybody? I'm BPC and welcome to Competitive Origins MMA. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can be notified on future videos. And hit the like button on this video, please. Now, today's topic is on the highly anticipated fight between Khamzat Chimaev and Leon Rocky Edwards, which has officially been canceled. But I'll talk more about that in just a moment. I want to point out that I'm wearing a Get It Done Competitive Origins t-shirt. And you can get it done at competitiveorigins.com, where a portion of the proceeds will go towards the channel so we can provide a better experience for you guys at home. Now, if you type in promo code MMA9, you'll get 10% off your order. You've been competing since conception, whether you're competing against yourself or others. Competitive Origins. Now, like I said, Leon Rocky Edwards has been an excellent fighter for a while now, all right? His last loss was against the champion Usman, and he pulled off 8 straight victories since then. Now, he was due to fight Tyrone Woodley this year until COVID-19 struck. It shut down his local area, and he was unable to train and get out of the country. So time has gone by, and basically, Leon has not fought. Like I said, it's been 16 months, and he's kind of been sitting on the sideline. Now, the UFC has thrown many offers his way, and he keeps citing different reasons as to why he's not going to come out and fight, right? Now, we have Khamzat Chimaev, who happens to be 9-0 in MMA. He has 3 solid victories in the UFC, right? He has a submission, and he has 2 TKOs. Now, one may say, well, none of these victories are actually against a ranked fighter. And that is true, but his sheer dominance against unranked fighter really kind of displays his ability. There's been a lot of fighters that fight unranked fighters, and they haven't been as dominant as Chimaev. Chimaev has over 100 plus strikes to under 5 strikes, I believe. You know, the ratio is just unheard of. Absolutely. His takedowns are amazing. And then he showed us a whole nother type of level to him when he showed us his striking ability, where he knocked the guy out on his first punch. Well, he has the hype train. And who wanted to go against the hype train? Neil Magny. That's right. Neil Magny called out Khamzat Chimaev and said, "I think you're all hype. I'm ready to beat you." All right, and the UFC sat on this and sat on this, and I felt like they were sitting on this because they're waiting for a bigger fighter to come out and challenge him. See, no other fighters were actually interested in taking on Khamzat because he was so dominant and he was unranked at the time. So why do they want to take a risk on facing a very dominant fighter that's not ranked, lose, and have their rankings drop while his rankings will shoot right up through the sky? Well, time went by for Leon Edwards, and 16 months went by, and the UFC basically said, hey, boop, and pulled him right out of the rankings. See, Leon was hoping that his next fight was going to be for the championship title, and the UFC had other fights in mind, and Leon wasn't one of those people that was going to be in the championship fight. So therefore, Leon had call-outs from other fighters, like Wonderboy Thompson, and he basically turned down Wonderboy, said he's only fighting people that are ranked below him. Above him, right? He wants the title. You know, Khamzat Chimaev called him out and, you know, didn't meet that requirements of rankings above him. Well, now Leon Rocky Edwards has absolutely no ranking whatsoever. And Wonderboy Thompson is way ahead of him, and Chimaev is actually now a ranked fighter. So what does he do? He calls out Chimaev, surprisingly. Now, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is a much higher ranked fighter and has displayed his skill set against some of the elite fighters in his division. He's even fought for the title twice. But instead of going against him to really boost his rankings, he decided he wants to jump on board, jump ahead of Neil Magny, and derail the hype train by going against Chimaev. Well, Chimaev loves this. He goes, wow, this guy was a highly ranked fighter, even higher ranked than Wonderboy. You know, I can go after him. Now, Chimaev did call out Wonderboy, and Wonderboy wasn't actually interested in that fight as well. So, you know, Chimaev was trying to grab everybody, but now he got somebody to go for it. You know, Leon Rocky Edwards is ready to do battle with him. Now, one's thinking, well, why did Leon go for this? You know, Why did he not take Wonder Boy? Why did he go for Chimaev? Does he think Chimaev is not really that great of a fighter? Chimaev, like I said, doesn't have any wins over ranked fighters. So maybe Leon's thinking, you know what? He has this hype, he has all these followers. There's going to be a lot of eyes on this match. People are going to see how good I am. Maybe I'll get the fans on my side. The UFC will see that I derailed it. I took out their boy, I took out Dana's boy, and then basically put me back in the rankings, put me nice and high where I belong, and get me my title shot. All right? But unfortunately, this fight will not happen, as I said in the beginning of the video. And the reason is because a Swedish media outlet had hinted that Chimaev may have tested positive for COVID-19. Now, Chimaev's camp said, you know what? He's going to show up to that fight no matter what. Now, Chimaev is the type of fighter to fight 1 week, at one weight class, get a dominant victory, and then fight the very next week at a different weight class, weigh in, and get another dominant victory. Chimaev is an absolute beast, and he loves to fight. He wants to keep going. So the fact that he might have COVID-19 and he's still willing to push through it and train, and hopefully recover from the COVID-19 and then step into his fight, is pretty cool. Now, that's not the reason why the fight's called off. See, the reason why the fight is called off because Leon Rocky Edwards has officially tested positive for COVID-19, and the fight is officially scrapped. That's right. The UFC word is that they're trying to reschedule it for 2021, which is going to disappoint a lot of us fans, including me. I wanted to see this fight go down. I wanted to see if Chimaev was all hype or if he was the real deal. And Leon Rocky Edwards was going to be the one to prove whether he is or whether he isn't. Now, I'm hoping that they're going to be able to get Chimaev a fight. Chimaev was fighting very frequently, and this has been his longest gap. And to ask him to wait all the way to 2021 is very unfair to him. I'm really hoping they're going to be able to get Neil Magny in the fight, get him to come on less than 3 weeks' notice to jump in the fight and do his thing. Only time will tell, or maybe they'll be able to pull somebody else out. We're not quite sure yet. What I do know is that if the fight doesn't go through, if Chimaev is not in that main event, they will have Wonder Boy, who was on the co-main, go against Jeff Neal as the main event. Now, even better decision would be to pluck one of those two fighters out and have them go against Chimaev. But I don't think these guys really want to go against them because Jeff Neal and Thompson were not calling out Chimaev, and hence, Chimaev might be on the outside, watching the fights for that event. I'm BPC. Go to Competitive Origins. This is Competitive Origins MMA. Don't forget to type in promo code MMA9 to get 10% off your order. Have a great day, guys.